is set to nominate at least 3 candidates by end of today, and the first one having been President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Tibuhaburwa of the National Resistance Movement Party, and Robert Kasibante of the National Peasants Party, and others to come. But so far we have breaking news coming in from the nominations in Lubowa, where the Electoral Commission chairman has deferred the nomination of aspirant Elton Joseph MABIRIZI. The 2026 presidential candidate has been sent to make corrections in some of the requirements. To meet the criteria, we have a report.
Before they leave here, they will be given a symbol selected from a list that the commission will provide. The aspirant will also, before they leave, indicate that they have appointed an official agent who becomes a liaison person between the commission and the aspirant who, in any correspondence going forward. So those are the critical of the citizens. To mutual respect during electoral processes, to the importance of the vote, during the break you are at liberty to take selfies of pictures that you can share with your friends on your various digital platforms. So the head of legal department at the Electoral Commission, who is leading the verification team here.
Now today, the 23rd September 2025, the Electoral Commission has officially commenced the nomination exercise of the 2026 general elections. The event, to run for 2 days, will see presidential hopefuls nominated to stand for the highest office in the land. We have a report.
Excelencia, queremos darle la bienvenida. Estamos aquí para darle la bienvenida y respaldar su candidatura en 2000.
By the commission, the commission is checking for the declaration of consent by the aspirant. The commission is checking for proof of minimum formal education of advanced level standard or senior 6. The commission is checking for proof of registration as a voter and for the proposer and the seconder. The commission is also checking that the right photos for purposes of the ballot paper have been attached. The commission will also be checking and is checking for compliance with Section 10 of the Presidential Elections Act, Section 10(1), Section 10, subsection Clause 3 of the Presidential Elections Act, which speaks to the proof that the aspirant submitted the required number of supporters, at least 100 from 2/3 of the districts in Uganda. The minimum of those being coming to 98 districts, and the minimum number of those supporters being 9,800.
Now, President Yoweri Museveni has been duly nominated to contest for presidency in the forthcoming 2026 presidential race. Museveni arrived at the EC grounds in Lweza at 10 a.m. in company of First Lady Janet Museveni, Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, Speaker of Parliament Anita Ramong, and other NRM leaders. Take a look.
Electoral Commission that the entire electoral process be conducted in a manner that is civil, respectful, tolerant of other people's views, and ensure that we have peaceful elections in our country. With that, I now wish to declare the official opening of the nomination exercise for candidates for the office of President of the Republic of Uganda. I thank you for listening to me. We have checked and verified the aspirants' papers as presented, and we find them in order. That he has fulfilled all the requirements as stipulated in the Presidential Elections Act. Therefore, I, Justice Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, being the returning officer for the nomination of presidential candidates, declare Museveni Yoweri Tuhaburwa Kaguta a duly nominated candidate in respect of the presidential elections 2026, he having fulfilled the nomination requirements under the Presidential Elections Act, Chapter 179.
I thank the Electoral Commission for doing the detailed work of studying the documents and approving our candidacy, our candidature. It's a lot of work, a lot of paperwork. I congratulate them. I congratulate the Electoral Commission. I want to thank the NRM members for again showing trust in me and electing me as the NRM chairperson for the period 1925-1931, and also for the flag bearer for the period 1926-1931. As we have discussed in our inner organs, but before I talk about the future, I hope nobody will accuse the Electoral Commission for campaigning for me.
Thank you so much for that report. Now, as presidential candidate nominations continue, our team at the Electoral Commission grounds has a brief of how it went down as President Museveni was nominated.
Good afternoon, and thank you for watching UBC TV. We are camped here at the Electoral Commission grounds here in Lweza. These grounds are, of course, also going to act as the tallying center for the 2026-2031 presidential elections. Of course, different presidential candidates are expected to be on these grounds for nominations by the Electoral Commission as presidential candidate. And as I speak to you right now, candidate Yoweri Museveni, who is also the President of the Republic of Uganda, has fully been nominated as a presidential candidate. Of course, he was escorted by the NRM dignitaries, but also with the First Lady Janet Kataha Museveni. Of course, during his address, after being nominated to the media, he also appealed to Ugandans to look at some of the things or the achievements that his government has achieved, including, of course, the economic growth to base on some of the achievements that his government has achieved in order to give him another opportunity to serve. Some of the things that he emphasized on is, of course, empowering the poor to achieve at least a middle status income. We shall be giving you more and more as different presidential candidates flock to these grounds to be nominated. We're expecting at least 2 more presidential candidates to be nominated on this Tuesday, but also tomorrow we're expecting more presidential candidates to be nominated. Stay tuned, we shall be keeping you informed. My name is Saddam Ubale. So far, that is what we have from the ground here in Lweza.
Thank you so much for that update. Now we'll take you to a live feed with Timothy Nyangweso with the Justice Simon Biabakama to give us an update on what's taking place over there.
Justice, let's get some clarity. The second aspirant that has just walked in and walked out, Elton Joseph MABIRIZI, has made a claim that is so strong that he has a master's degree that he has added to his papers. The reason why the Electoral Commission has asked him to leave for him to be able to verify his papers. Is that a true fact, or what's the real reflection of the reason you asked him to go and get his papers in order?
Well, when we scrutinized the aspirant Joseph MABIRIZI papers, we indeed discovered that there was something that was lacking as far as his academic qualifications that are required under the Presidential Elections Act are concerned. His agent intimated that he has a master's degree, but that the degree certificate was not among his papers, on what he presented. So we asked them and said, please, if that master's degree is available, you should have attached these papers. They said it is at home. I said, fine, you can go home and obtain it and bring it to us. We still have time. If you are here before 4 p.m., we shall proceed to nominate you. But we indicated also, we clarified that one, if the degree, the master's degree was obtained in Uganda, just bring it as it is. Yes. Bring the certificate as it is. But secondly, if it was obtained outside Uganda, then you have to go to the National Council for Higher Education and have it certified, because under the law it says if you obtain an A-level certificate outside Uganda, you go to National Council for Education to have it certified as equivalent to our A-level in Uganda. If you obtain a degree or master's degree or PhD outside Uganda, you again go to National Council for Education to certify that that degree qualification is equivalent to our degree qualification here. If you obtained the degree in Uganda, then you don't have to present an A-level certificate for purposes of contesting for president. You just attach the degree obtained in Uganda. But to the extent that they did not attach the master's degree to the papers that they presented before the commission, we told them, you go back, attach that degree, but we also went out of our way to caution. But if that degree was obtained outside Uganda, first report to National Council of Education, they look at it, they certify it. If they give you the certificate of compliance or equivalence, then you come back and we nominate you.
Lastly, Justice, 2021, 2020, you verified this same aspirant who now. What is the difference? Why is it that his papers are having a challenge? Because he became a candidate and now we are seeing him being asked to go back and get these papers. What is the discrepancy between 2020 and now?
No, he did not contest in 2021 or 2020. He contested, I think, in the general elections of 2015, 2016. And what is attached on what was availed among his papers was a certificate of equivalence from National Council for Education issued in 2015. The law says that if you are coming for another round of general elections, okay,
yes,
you go back to National Council for Education to obtain a new certification. You do not rely on the old certification. You have got to go back to National Council for Education and obtain new certification. Now, when we inquired, he said that when they went to National Council for Education, according to him, he claimed he was advised it was not necessary. But we have guided that under the Presidential Elections Act, you are supposed to get another certificate of equivalence for every round of elections. The certificate of 2015 has since lapsed or expired. Now you should go back and get another one. But if he has a degree, okay, obtained in Uganda, he doesn't have to go back to National Council for Education. However, if he has a degree, whether master's or PhD or first degree obtained outside Uganda, he has to go back to National Council for Higher Education. We have clarified that, and they have promised they are going to clear that. It's a very simple matter. I think he just missed one step in getting this and going to National Council for Education. But if he can come back with a degree, a certificate, which is either master's or bachelor's, and obtained in Uganda, we shall proceed to nominate him. We did that because we want as everybody who has expressed interest and has met the first criteria of getting the supporters from 98 districts of the country as required under the law to be given an opportunity. Yes. We have today up to 4 p.m. We have tomorrow. Mr. Joseph MABIRIZI, if he can clear that matter, he can come and get nominated.
Thank you very much, Justice. We appreciate your time.
Please keep around. Go and enjoy lunch.
Thank you. So you have had the clarity, especially when it concerns Elton Joseph MABIRIZI as an aspirant. The clarity, even when the aspirant was leaving, he said his master's degree was the challenge, that the EC decided to let him go. But clarity has come in that the equivalent of what he had in 2015 is not acceptable right now. He needs to go back and get that verified once more by the team that is there. And that is the request that has been there. The clarity in that makes all the grey cloud that was around this whole thing, it brings clarity to the area of his certification and his documentation, which makes it a verifiable and very transparent system that is happening right here at the Electoral Commission Center on the nomination of the candidate. He has also been given an option that he can go, get his degree or documents verified, and then he can be able to come and join us here. But from us here at UBC at the Electoral Commission, we hand you back to the studios.
Thank you so much, Timothy, for that update. Now, by 7 a.m., hundreds of NRM supporters had already gathered along major roads leading to the Electoral Commission offices in Lueza to witness the nomination of their candidate. Across the streets of Boise, Wandegea and the Northern Bypass, crowds were seen chanting NRM songs. Our reporter, Muyingo Joseph, was on ground and captured the lively scenes.
Here at Loboa, as nomination has been taking place, we thank God that nomination has been concluded successfully. The Electoral Commission has confirmed President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is the sole candidate for NRM for this term 2026-2031. We are happy, very happy. We thank God.
I'm Yoweri Kaguta President Museveni for nomination here at Reza Conference Center. So we call upon all people to go to Kololo to welcome him.
Lwairo nzize wano okunominatinga His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni kubanga yasobola eggwanga lino aligye wala.
Twatumanya agenze nga bawoza bwaweddeko Musa yakyali mbooko yakafuga yakafuga emyezi emyaka ena abazambwa emyaka ana giri myaka ena agenze njoza Musayi Museveni Musayi saba wangale Musayi baby face tajja musinga tajja mukira Musayi tata tajja mukwesimbawo tula butuuzi.
Beautiful scene there. Now, relatedly, the National Women's Council has declared full support for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni following his nomination as the NRM flag bearer in the coming elections. Council Chairperson Hajat Farida Chibowa says women leaders across the country are standing firmly with Museveni, citing his unmatched role in empowering women through programs like Emyoga, UWEP and the Parish Development Model. Take a look.
The council represents more than 300,000 elected women leaders nationwide. Chibowa stressed that Museveni's leadership has given women peace, financial independence and opportunities no previous government provided.
And to the women, I ask you, don't go into so many arguments. You just wait the day, you go and mobilize, and do not make any intervention, do not make anything that is going to cause you problems in your marriage. If the argument is on, please just make sure that for you mobilize for your candidate, and when time comes, you go and vote for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for continuity.
She called on all women to mobilize support for Museveni and urged men to give their wives and daughters space to freely back the NRM candidate.
And what we need to do is to safeguard the gains. We are protecting the gains. All what we have achieved, we want to protect it. We have young children. Many of us are sick. Many of us are pregnant. Many of us, we still need much more. Many of us have just started working. So please, Museveni has given us an opportunity that other governments never gave to our mothers. It is only at this regime that women have had an opportunity to go out and make money, to sit in meetings and talk about issues that are of benefit to the women.
The Women's Council says it is determined to safeguard the gains achieved under Museveni's rule and is demanding even more opportunities for women in the next 5 years.
President Museveni is here to stay, and he has really told us that he's going to give us more money as women. So what we need is money, not anything else, so that we can take our children to school. We know many of us are single mothers. I'm speaking on behalf of so many women who are widows, who are single mothers. Many of them have lost even so many lives, and we need to protect our women, especially the young women.
We don't want violence. What we want is to have a peaceful election, and we want to continue and urge the actors, majorly the police, to ensure that our women are protected.
If not Museveni, who else can we vote? With all the peace that he has given us, especially some of us from northern Uganda, I am assuring people that in northern Uganda, women are just waiting for that day. No intimidation, we are going to have peaceful election, and the women are saying Museveni is there for us with all the empowerment, with all the development that he has brought with the peace. We are saying we still remain foot soldiers of Museveni. All other women in other political parties kindly join the NRM party to support Museveni. Museveni has done a lot for this country to benefit the women of this country.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
So much, Sidat K, for that report. Now, a lot of updates await you in regards to the ongoing nomination exercise. Stay tuned. We'll return after the break.
Vandalism is an offense punishable by up to 10 years in jail.
Diseases like mpox can catch anyone, and when treated by qualified health workers, patients fully recover. However, it is important to know that survivors are not carriers. Welcome them home with open arms and support them to start life afresh. Truly, they need your support and compassion.
Always remember to seek guidance from the nearest health facility on how to support survivors to resettle well in the community.
For more information about mpox, call the Ministry of Health toll-free line on 0800 1066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health
with support from UNICEF, WHO,
and its partners.
Welcome back from the break, and the hashtag on our social media platforms is UBC UG Polls 2026. Now we'll head to a live in Kololo with our reporter Robert Onyango to give us an update of President Yoweri Museveni's first national rally after nominations. We'll take you back to that later in the day. Now, a Supreme Court judge, Justice Mike Chibita, has urged human rights activists to strengthen justice institutions to protect vulnerable groups, including women, children, persons with disabilities, the elderly, and refugees. Justice Chibita made the call while officiating the opening of a 5-day human rights training organized by the International Conference on the Great Lakes region and its regional training facility at Colin Hotel, Mukono. Take a look.
A joint coordination approach for responding to human rights violation, SGBV-related cases.
As Supreme Court Judge, Justice Mike Chibita has stressed the need to make justice accessible and urged participants to deepen their knowledge of human rights, crisis prevention, and response mechanisms. He emphasized equipping justice sector officers with skills, intelligence, and policies to prevent abuse, ensure accountability, and build public trust.
In this deliberation, we seek to achieve how the laws can best be applied and the legal practices in the fight against the violations of human rights. Information on the victims of human rights violations should also be given to help in accessing justice. An advocacy document on law reforms and legal practice on the human rights violation and sexual gender-based violence should be put in place to have a follow-up platform at national level regarding the legal framework for addressing such cases.
Held under the theme Promoting Justice for Minority Rights, the training brought together the police, judiciary, DPP, Human Rights Commission, Electoral Commission, prisons, civil society, and media. The goal is to boost inter-agency collaboration, improve service delivery, and enhance human rights protection.
But now when we're under one roof, we discuss and find out where the gap is and moderate on possible solutions, which again can filter through, and through people like Dr. Kamya, Honorable Dora, it can reach the strategic level, and then we can now handle the solutions that have been discussed by you, challenges and the possible solutions.
Human rights lawyer Dora Byamukama called on police to conduct ethical arrests, respect suspects' rights, and maintain harmony as elections approach.
It's a very, very important law in that it clearly states that if, for example, a police officer is doing their work, they have to be mindful of the fact that human rights must be observed. And if, for example, they use excessive force, then they will be held criminally and personally responsible. So it sets a new standard. The standard has always been there, but it enlightens the law enforcement officers, the duty bearers, about how they should do their work.
Assistant Inspector General of Police Moses Kafero said the program builds synergy among security and justice actors, integrating human rights into investigations, prosecutions, and corrections.
To serving justice, and it's targeting Uganda Police, judicial officers, prosecutors or ODPP staff, Uganda Human Rights Commission, Uganda Electoral Commission, Uganda prisons, all of the justice actors, to see that, first of all, the rights of vulnerable groups are well protected, especially during this time of election. Two, to see that civil and political rights of individuals are well protected.
Participants also discussed aligning national laws with international frameworks and tackling challenges such as pre-trial detention, case backlog, and access to legal aid.
Human rights issues.
And that brings us to an end of our UBC Lunchtime News. But as UBC, we're dedicated to bring you a 360-degree coverage of the events as they will transpire, and later connect you to Kololo for the President's first rally after shortly being nominated. My name is Maureen Babidie. Stay tuned to UBC. Good afternoon.
Inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Revered as the patrons of the wild.
Yes. First of all, we are grateful for this day, for the nomination of our president. And we also appreciate the Secretariat for the theme, protecting the games. In all sectors, the president has done a lot.